I just realised I've been doing this vlog for a few months now and I've never shown Highland cows. And I was just passing this field and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get out and say hello to the Highland cows. You going to come over and say hello? They're just the best cows out there. There's no doubt about it. But they are coming over to say hello. Do you want some grass? Do you want some grass? Do you want some? No? It's delicious, look. Ooh, yum yum yum. Look at its tongue. Wait a second, I'll get some nice juicy grass from this side. That big one just bashed it with its horns. It just bashed it again. Here's another one. Oh, this one's a bit braver. This one's taking the grass. Good coo. Good Highland cow. You want some more? Delicious. Freshly picked from this side of the fence. It likes it. So cute. Can I pat you on the head? No? You're not keen on that? I'm trying to get the juiciest stuff I can find. I think the big one's basically saying don't trust strangers, which is good advice actually. It's a fair point. You shouldn't trust strangers unless they come bearing lovely grass. Okay, I think it's time to go. I'm having too much fun here, that's the problem. Yum 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 yum. That was fun, I loved that. I'll maybe come back up this way and we'll see the cows on the way home again. Goodbye for now though, cowies. Cooies. Let's head on our way. Right, the first little curiosity down here at this bay, this is called Catterline by the way, and there isn't a lot here. This is the first little curiosity, I don't know what it is. I guess it was a little residential cottage at one point, but I'm not sure what it is now. But it's all kind of padlocked up. Makes for a good photograph anyway. Then what we're actually going to do is, I don't know if you saw that half moon bay as I was walking down, we're going to walk around that and see some of the coast. I think this is my first ever vlog at the coast. Look how clear that water is though. I'm trying to get the sound of the waves gently lapping against the shore, and all you can hear is Ollie in the background whining because I'm taking too long. I'm going to say that this is not a contender to be my Highland hideaway. This is not a contender because it's too busy, like there's people over there. It's not hidden enough away. I think also being by the sea you'd get a lot of har. I don't know if that's a thing in other parts of the world. I guess it would be, but we call it har. I don't know if that word kind of translates. I think it's probably a Dutch word or a German word, but it basically means the mist that sort of hangs around on the coast. Or the fog rather that hangs around on the coast. When it's nice and sunny inland, sometimes in Scotland around the coast, it'll be all kind of foggy. We call it the har. H-A-A-R, which sounds like a Dutch word to me. So yeah. As much as I like that cottage, and it's got a good view, I don't think it's going to be the one for the Highland hideaway. There's a seal bobbing about here. I don't know if you can see it or if you saw it just there, but it just popped its head out of the water. I'm hoping it pops it out again. Oh, you see it? Try and zoom in. I love seals. They're so curious about humans. Seals are just as curious about humans as we are about them. They'll kind of sit with their head poking above the water, just kind of staring at us. You can see it in the distance again there. I'm going to try and zoom in when I get into editing because it's quite far away, but it's probably going to be all pixelated. But it's just sitting there with its two wee eyes, its two wee black eyes poking out of the water, staring at us, taking it all in. I love it. I should say there's actually a seal beach further down the coast from here called Newborough, and there's hundreds of seals just lying out in the sand there. So that's somewhere that I need to go in a future vlog. I think what we'll do next is we're going to go back along the beach the way that we came. We're going to go into the village. There's a little church there, and somebody wrote in the comments they wanted to see more churches. So I'll go and check and see if that church is open. I think it might be. It's just a little village church. And maybe say hello to the cows again and give them some more grass. And then I think we'll go over and see that lighthouse, which you can maybe just see there, or see the silhouette of, because it's got a quite interesting backstory. I don't know much about it, to be honest, but I know who designed it and who designed most of the lighthouses around Scotland, and they've got a famous connection. So I think we'll go there afterwards, but we're going to go back into the village first, and yeah, I'll see if that church is open after the dogs have had a proper swim, that is, because Ollie's enjoying himself too much. I tell you, it's so difficult to walk normally on a pebble beach. Trying to keep it together for the cameras and walk normally, but I'm all over the place. It's like Bambi on ice. Has anyone ever tried paddleboarding before? If you've ever tried paddleboarding, get in the comments and let me know, because I'd really like to have a go at that. It looks so fun. Okay, we've stopped off at the wee church here. Ollie, Rafa, going in this way. Let's see what it says here. I think it's open. I've been in here once before. It says this building, built in an early English Gothic style, dates from 1848. Following a period of disuse, it had been gradually falling into a state of disrepair. In 2021, the church was renovated by Catterline Community Church, who now use it for regular Christian worship and community activities. So it's in use, which normally means you can't get into it. It's normally the disused ones that are left open. But let's see. Let's have a little go and see what we can do. Hey pups, this way. Okay, let's have a try. No. No, it's now locked. I guess the last time I came it must have been before 2021 then, because I remember getting in here Oh well. Will we go back to the cows or will we go straight onto the lighthouse? I think we'll go into the lighthouse and then we'll come back this way and maybe see the cows again. Okay, that was a disappointment, wasn't it, Raph? No, not really for Raph, because he doesn't like the indoor stuff. But that was a bit of a disappointment. We'll just carry on to the lighthouse. I'm just going to sit in here and talk about it because this might be a private residence. The door's open and I see a car over there. So somebody might be in. This might be somebody's house, I'm not sure. But anyway, the thing I was going to say about it is that it was designed by a guy called D.A. Stevenson. I think it's David Stevenson. And he's some relation of Robert Louis Stevenson. Is that right, Rafa? That was Rafa throwing in his 2 cents as well. Yeah, Robert Louis Stevenson, the guy who wrote Treasure Island, which is kind of the OG of pirate books. He was a Scottish writer, and he's the one that came up with all of the kind of, I guess what's become known as pirate cliches, like all of the things that you'd associate with pirate stories. Pieces of eight, parrots on the shoulder, peg legs, speaking in a Bristol accent. All of that stuff started with Treasure Island, I believe, and that was Robert Louis Stevenson, a Scottish writer. And one of his family members designed pretty much all of the lighthouses in Scotland, or in this part of Scotland. Or maybe not all of them, but a great proportion of them were designed by the Stevenson family, including this one. Isn't that right, Ollie? Ollie is not impressed with this chat. He wants to get out and run around. I'm just going to go check and see if this is somebody's house. Yeah, I've just had a wander around and I don't think it's a house. I think it's some kind of community facility. I think maybe that's a house over there. But I think that this actual lighthouse is a community facility now, and it says, look above the door, it says it was erected by D.A. Stevenson. I also made sure there was no chickens around here because I'm pretty sure I came here one time and there's some chickens in this bit. So it's good to do a little recce before I actually let the dogs out. I'm just looking inside the windows though, and it doesn't look like a house. It looks like some kind of art gallery maybe. I see a bike in there, some kind of wood carvings or sculptures. I'm not sure. But it's a nice little walk. That's where we just were, of course. And there's a little cove there. I love a little cove. Whenever I see a cove, I always assume that there's going to be some kind of cave where in the past pirate treasure would have been kept. I've got pirates on the head now, but whenever I see a little cove like that, especially with steps leading down to it, I always imagine, well, there's got to be like a pirate cave around there somewhere where pirates landed and kept their treasure hidden. I can't see any caves down there, so I'm not going to go down in that direction. Instead, I'll come over here. And I think what we're going to find over here is World War II defences. Because when you find a lighthouse in Scotland, and probably in England as well, you tend to find World War II defences around it. But you can see here that there's some kind of pathway being made, and that's normally a sign that at the end of it we will find some kind of platform. The people would have stood at post looking out for the Luftwaffe. There's not as much evidence as what I expected to see. Okay, time for the photographs. you want to hear my pirate impression? Or I be taking that piece of gold from you, I think, Captain Jack Sparrow. Stuff like that. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. A guy just came along as I was doing my pirate impression, and I think he might have heard me. It was a good pirate impression though. I'm not embarrassed. It was good. It was worthy of an audience. Well, you guys are gonna hear it anyway, so I don't know what I'm fussing about. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. I'd make a good pirate.